What's going on, guys? It's time for top baits for Lake Fork bass fishing for this weekend. Hey, we're going to focus on shallow water fishing. There's a lot more boats fishing out deep than there is up shallow. That's a good thing. And we're going to give you some techniques to target bigger fish, big slot fish, and possibly even an over. And we're also going to give you a couple techniques to focus on those under the slot fish, because we all know what's coming next weekend. Skeeter Bass Champs is running the Skeeter, Bass Champs is running the Skeeter Owners Tournament next weekend. So we want to try and help you guys practice this weekend for that. Hey, if you want to know the type of shallow water areas that they're in, because they're not just everywhere up shallow, you can always go download the Fish Life app. The Life is spelled with a Y, L-Y-F-E. Subscribe to the Lake Fork Premium Package, and you're going to see some great shallow water areas as well as some deep water areas if you want to try that as well. Let's get to the baits for this week. Number one, you've been seeing me talk about it a lot. The toad thumper frog. It's a popping frog that walks really good. That kind of bone color has been the best one for me. Hey, we're fishing that around, obviously, all the heavy cover and vegetation back in these shallow water areas. Number two, now, by the way, that is for big fish and possibly an over. We've been catching a lot of really big fish on that bait right there. Another bait, now this is the bait that's come on this week. This is a new one in our top 5 this week. This bait previously has not been up here. It is now the chatterbait. My old tried and true best buddy. We're throwing a chatterbait that looks something like this, but hey, look here. A lot of times I'm taking that same, it's a green pumpkin and white chatterbait, but I'm putting an orange Live Magic shad on there, mixing that together like that, because sometimes they're eating brim and sometimes they're eating shad. In these shallow water areas, you will see fish come to the surface. And that crazy, when they do, pay attention to what kind of bait fish are flying out of the water. If it's shad, throw a shad trailer on your chatterbait. If it's brim, throw a brim trailer on your chatterwagon, and you'll get bit in either situation. Oh yeah, if you notice they're eating shad, this right here is probably the best way to catch an over. You get around the creek channels back in these shallow water areas, and when they start schooling on shad, this is the smaller size Gizzard Shed weedless swim bait from Smash Take. You can buy them at Lake Fork Marina. You can order them at smashtakebaits.com. Maybe even Tackle Warehouse, I think, may have these. But these little Gizzard Shed swim baits from Heath Taylor, man, they look exactly like a shad. I'm throwing that on a 6/0 owner flashy swimmer. Let's get into the tournament unders, shall we? Hey, this dude right here, it's special. You know what, before we do that, let's talk about this. The little ribbit style frogs, this is actually a Berkeley one, but any kind of these ribbit style frogs, that will catch you good numbers of fish right now in these shallow water areas, and it will catch some great tournament unders. But this dude right here, this is top secret guide stuff, so y'all don't tell nobody. All right, this is called the crawl gill, made by Toad Thumper Lures. That frog was made by Toad Thumper, and it's my favorite frog I've ever thrown. It's quickly become my favorite. This is the crawl gill from Toad Thumper Lures. Hey, and this joker right here flat catches them. It's just a little critter bug. It looks similar to some other ones. It's got some ribs over here, got some little swimming claws down here, nice compact body. But if you want to catch a 2-pound fish on Lake Fork right now, you get back in some creeks and you get around a creek channel, and every piece of wood on the edge of that creek channel, every bush on the edge of that creek channel, and when the sun gets hot during the middle of the day, get down in the middle of the creek channel, and that little critter crawl right there will cash you some checks in the upcoming event. That's all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.